My never I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. I see them yopo.
So I guess that we'll come in house and continue with our conversation. Yes, so a number of questions have been asked, a number of issues have been raised by your colleague, Godfred Thompson. And Bernard, do you have answers for those questions?
So first and foremost, 5 minutes. What's the time now? So we do.
Oh yeah, so it's 53, so yes. It's 5 minutes each.
Okay, so first and foremost, there is no evidence to the fact or the claim that anybody within government said that Hanan went to an ATM to withdraw money. There is nobody said this. If you have the statement released by the Deputy Attorney General, you would realize that there was no claim by any officer in government that there was an attempt at the ATM. So that is false, complete false. Now, secondly, we are being told that the man presented documents and then the documents needed to be vetted before he writes it. That's not how. Once you go to court, after you go to a bank, you tell the bank the amount you want to withdraw. How did we know that he wanted to take the entirety of the money if he didn't suggest that to them? So you present whatever documents together with the document you intend using to withdraw the money. How would they even know that you are the one coming? You hold your check or withdrawal book or whatever. So it is also not the case that he needed to clear himself. That wasn't a court of law. The processes are that he needed to submit whatever document that he intended rely on together with the document because the bank would just be interested beyond those documents in whatever you intend withdrawing. That even shows you are the one. So you should present. So that one is also not true. Now this claim that the wife and then he left his wife, and that claim I've heard before, and it is funny. We understand this. Look, the main issue, the wife wasn't a public figure, except you tell me what position she held. The wife is in the matter because there had been some relationship in terms of the money movement into some accounts and then all that. And that is why the wife is answering some questions. So if Hanan escaped now, it is very difficult to hold the wife. We understand this. Because what will you ask the wife? It is about the conduct and the conduct of Hanan as a public officer. That is in question. Every other thing comes, as a consequence. And so if Hanan escapes now, what, you think we are kids that he would hold the wife's hand and that we are not kids in this country? Let it be told. He wouldn't do that. I mean, if somebody is escaping, he needs to do it smartly. So he couldn't have. But once Hanan escaped, I can tell you as a lawyer, the Attorney General will find it very difficult securing conviction against the others. They are accomplices. They are connected some way, somehow, but they are not the real, because the one who held the position is Hanan. But the question we ask ourselves is, why was he withdrawing the entire money from the bank? You were given access. Look, he could have gone. He could have gone because nobody, after the order was drawn, he was leaving. Nobody arrested. That's why he said, why didn't we arrest him then? No. Nobody had issues with his trial because there was a court order. If he had not attempted to do this, to withdraw the entire money, and it is not true that the bank called the Attorney General. The bank will not call Attorney General. The bank spoke to law enforcement agencies. Attorney General is a prosecutor. It's not a law enforcement agency. But the law enforcement agencies report to the Attorney General. So that is how the structure operates. So it is not true. And nobody should kid us in this country that because he didn't go with the wife, it meant that he would go and come back. If it is true, what we have cited and the Attorney General has exhibited to courts. In fact, when you even look at it, there is no document from any hospital from outside where he sought to attend. What we have is only a document from a health facility here in Ghana. And they said it would interest you to. I will read something to you shortly. That they said Hanan has an interest here. He wants to travel. It's not as if he was referred to go. The facility here said that He intends traveling out there, and that is solely what he held. So we are saying that, look, there is nobody can also blackmail anybody. Once you commit a crime in this country, regardless of your status, the law will catch up with you. Okay. Nobody has done anything bad to Hanan. He has to answer. This has been filed in court. The learned former Attorney General Godfred should move to court and defend his client and not resort to the media. The media is not the one conducting the matter. Now the court is seized with the matter. Let them go and slag it out. Did he have a hospital, authorization to come to UK? Did he actually submit documents which turned out not to be true to the bank to withdraw the entire money? At the end of the day, the court will decide. Okay. So it's not within our way to be making those kind of
questions. 5 minutes now. I have my 5 minutes.
The questions have been answered.
I have my 5 minutes. They have not been answered.
Okay.
He's rather complicated himself in saying what he said. One, I have 5 minutes. It's 9:59. One, the first thing we should note is that when there is a court order that a bank should freeze an account, it's a letter or a distant statement from the bank, from the court to the bank. So before they release it, you have to go through the process of reversing that. Because the court will now write that based on A, B, C, D, those accounts they should defreeze them.
Okay.
They should be defrozen. So I don't see where you will state that, the bank or whichever bank it is went to the law enforcement. They went to the law enforcement that what? Then it means you are telling me that one, the bank did not do their work well, and I should be wary of such a bank. Well, two, you want to tell me that down the customer, customer bank confidentiality is critical. Because if I come to the bank and the bank cannot go to the courts, which gave the order, to ask whether this order is A, B, or C, right or wrong, and then they go to either Attorney General or the courts, then I don't know what the bank is doing.
Let me understand something. That's just a question. When Hanan came to the bank with a so-called document to make a case for why his money should be given him, you're saying that what did you expect the bank to do?
They cross-check with the courts.
Cross-check with the court?
Yes. Because the court give you the order. The order comes from the court. It's not from Attorney General or any individual.
So I understand you. What I'm trying to say is that if the courts gave the order that this guy's account has been frozen, to wait, or let me say, which then means that he can't access his account.
Yes.
If the same person comes and says that I want money from my account, all the bank needs to do is tell him that, look, you can't have access to this account because we've not heard from the court. But why would they call the court?
If he brings documents.
Yes, they don't have to call the court. They just have to tell him you can't get your money.
If they bring documents
from the court
has given the authority for me to come and withdraw.
But Hanan didn't do that.
But that's what they claim, that he's brought fake documents.
No.
The fake documents, where are they
The document he brought to court only sought to suggest that, look, the charges that were leveled against have been dropped. The new one has been...
there are two things the bank can do.
Yes.
The bank, as a custodian of your money, would tell you that, hold on, let us cross-check or let us write to the court to get clearance.
Yes.
One, that's what they need to do, to get clearance. Or they'll tell you that, no, we don't go by what you are saying.
Or we need an explicit instruction from the bank that says that go ahead and freeze this account. Yes.
That is all they need to do.
That's all. Yes,
the bank on its own cannot get up and say that I'm on freezing accounts.
They can't.
And they do not take instructions from Attorney General or any policeman or anything.
Yes.
So that is how they have to do it. And that is why I am worried that if he's come to you and you know that you cannot give him the money, the best person to consult is the court, not the law enforcement, as my brother is saying that they called law enforcement to come and do what?
I'll explain.
Call law enforcement to come and do what? Because maybe I brought documents showing that, I was charged on A, B, C, D, and that's why they froze my account. Now those charges have been dropped.
And new ones have been preferred.
So new ones have been preferred against me. So by right, I have access to my account. all the bank will tell you that, can you give me a second or two? We'll hold on with you and we'll write officially to the courts. And they can get someone go and deliver immediately and get response. They'll tell you that, no, we have to cross-check.
Okay.
That is the duty of the bank.
And that takes time.
And it can take a day.
Because you have to
day.
You have to write to the court.
You see, it can take a day.
Okay.
It's not so much time. If this is your top client, you would want to do such a service for him. That's why you have.
Is that Kokwanido? The former director of communications at the presidency. Oh, okay, that's him.
That's him?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay.
He's also
so
clean,
they'll write to the courts to do that. Now, secondly, this area of saying that, because Hanan is the government official, he is the key person, so nobody can be charged.
I never said that.
So what did you say?
No, he's saying that the government or the attorney general will struggle to prosecute the wife in the absence of the husband.
The wife has her charges. Hanan has the charges.
It's as a consequence of
the
what...
wife, listen, the wife did business with buffer stock.
Yes, she did.
As her own person.
Yes.
So if her businesses that she did with buffer stock as her own person was not right, they will charge her as a person.
It was not right based on what they believe Hanan had done.
Absolutely.
They believe.
You see, she didn't give herself the contract. Hanan gave her the contract.
No, but when you have the documents from there, the buffer stock.
You don't understand.
When you have the documents from buffer stock and you have the wife's statement and everything, you can check. You don't need Hanan to be there. So if Hanan is dead, it means that this case is stupid.
But that's a different matter.
So what I'm saying is that
but
once you are charging the wife,
presence is key to the prosecution of the matter.
It could be or could not.
And that's why he didn't say it's impossible. He said the state will struggle. It is impossible
or not. Listen, what I'm saying is that you are in charge now. Every document you need from buffer stock you can get because you have appointed a CEO there. So everything that they've done that are untowards, you can get it from buffer stock immediately.
Okay.
So you can get everything on which you can charge the woman on. Okay. Because the woman, you are charging her on her own. You are not charging her as the husband, as the wife of the man. You are charging her on her own that she's running her business.
She's done 10 minutes.
I know.
It's
because I asked a lot of questions. That's why I'm allowed this more.
It's 5
You are not looking.
It's 5 minutes. No. It's 59. Look at it. It's 59. It's 59. It's only 5.
It's not.
It was 59 I started talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was what? 59. 9:59. I told you that it's 9:59. I'm doing my 5 minutes.
No problem.
So I can end here. That listen. At the end of the day, you can call all those. They've done this. They've done that. They've done that. It's a hype.
Okay.
And this hype will not get anywhere because now, from everything that is going on, if you are saying that the courts itself gave Hanan the chance to travel based on the fact that he had presented certain cases to them, and those cases are not right as per the Attorney General, then it means that the courts also did not do their work well.
Okay.
That's what he wants me to believe.
Okay.
That the courts, we cannot trust them to do their work well. Because if it's just a mere prescription or a mere appointment with a beauty clinic as you are claiming, and they sent it to court that, listen, I need to travel, this is my document, I have this beauty clinic I'm going to visit, and the court will say that, oh, you are going to a beauty clinic, so get your passport and go, then what are we doing?
Okay.
So please, let us not come and try and think that we can mandule and challenge and bulldoze everyone into believing that because you are in power, so we should believe you. We'll never believe you.
So Discover MNC Group, one of my favorite businesses in town, MNC Group, they are number one. We need just 1 minute. Ben, just 1 minute. No, just 1 minute. Just wants to set something across.
So just to lay the matters bare.
Okay.
See, what actually happened was that Hanan went to the bank and presented documents to prove to the court that to the bank that the court had defrozen his account. What the reason the bank had to alert the enforcement officers was that they became suspicious. Hanan didn't just go. He submitted a document. And the document is an order of a court in a different matter. He is facing multiple
counts.
Not counts.
Charges.
No, not charges. Cases.
Cases.
It's different. And so there is the CCI, the case number CCI/56/25. That case is different from the CCI 1/39/2025. So he submitted the right one with regards to the bank account is the CC 1/39/2025. But he submitted an order that had to do with the case of CCI/56/25. That one concerned some different assets, but not bank account. But I don't know whether it was deliberate or he didn't know. So when he submitted and the bank got hold of it, they said, no, this has no relationship with the order that has been served on us. So that's when they became suspicious. So it is not as though the bank just saw the document and it was regular and they decided as if they are breaching their ethics. That's not what happened. Now, of course, he would have his day in court. Now that the Attorney General has filed and exhibited all these documents, they would also have to respond. And then the matter goes on. But you see, this is the danger. Because the Attorney General is seeking to revoke the order to have him, move outside the country.
Yes.
So if they succeed in doing that, then it means that if it is revoked, because the Attorney General is now saying that what has happened in its entirety, it makes him a flight risk. And a flight risk means that when you are out there, you may not come back. If the court agrees with the Attorney General, then the problem will be that he may not have that access to his passport again until the determination or some other time when the court is convinced. If he's actually not well, then this may go against him. And if indeed needs medical attention out there, then it may go against, because the court will look at all the circumstances and determine. And it is non-novel. The court may grant an order and then revoke it. It happens. But through a proper application by whoever it's affected. Here, the state represented by the Attorney General. So let's see how it goes. He will surely have his day in court. He's been released, as I hear now. He would have to, appear in court to answer for this. And at the end of the day, we move from there.
Okay. All right. I guess that we can move on now.
We have a minute.
Okay.
If he has 2 minutes, I have a minute.
Please, if you
he did 2 minutes, but I'll do it within a minute. Okay. You see, where my brother, I have a problem with him, is that if I even bring these documents as he's stating to the bank, that this is it, all the bank needs to do is not to report to a law enforcement agency. It's first of all to write to the, to the court to ascertain whether they have approved or agreed for them to defreeze those assets. That's all.
Sorry.
You straight of all, no, listen.
It was a completely different. It's not as if he brought the.
I agree with you that different. I don't know whether it's true or not, but I agree with you that it's a completely different document. But whether it's a different document or not, once you bring it to the bank, it's not for the bank to determine whether it's criminality or not.
No, but the bank.
First of all, what they have to do, even if I bring this thing from the court, I have to verify with the court. You need to even if the court admit that it's an authentic document, it doesn't relate what he brought. When the bank is writing to the court, don't write whether it's an authentic document. So I write that these accounts A, B, C, D, E, F, that you advise that you should freeze per this order. The letter that they brought in, that this thing should be frozen. If you have written that they should defreeze them, because we have this document.
No, but the document he brought, they don't have anything to do with defreezing an account.
But you write that these accounts.
Who write?
The bank.
No, the bank would only have to confirm the authenticity of the document.
But
in this case, the authenticity is not in doubt.
You don't confirm the word of mouth.
The authenticity is not in doubt.
It's not the authenticity of this document, though. The authenticity of me freezing these accounts. That is what the bank is going to do. Whether you've given him the property A, B, C, D, or F, I don't care. It's the accounts that are with me, that are in my possession.
No, but the man came and said, by this document,
the bank would write to the court.
Yes.
That these accounts that.
But they realize that it's not a document related to it.
Bernard.
You are not
relax,
getting
Bernard,
if it were,
I get what you are saying, but relax and listen. Relax and you to listen to me. What I'm telling you is that as much as this document does not relate to the accounts, if I
relate to the order that had been served on the court.
Yes, but from the court.
Maybe you may want to see the document that he took.
Bernard, let me explain something to you so that you get it.
You do. Whilst I
you see, Moro, when a court writes to the bank, I don't rely on documents that an individual, especially someone whose account has been frozen to bring to me as authentic. If he brings it, the onus is on the bank to write back to the court to confirm that based on this earlier letter that you served me, earlier thing that you served me. Oh, that's not at all. Let me explain to you. Massa. No. Massa, when there is a court order and you bring anything to show that there's a release, a court order that served on the bank. Yes. The bank will have to confirm.
Confirm what?
From the courts, whether truth. Do you know how many documents people can fake? Why do you think when you bring a property to the bank will go to the property, to go to all the lands and everything to check everything?
One is different.
I'm giving you a case.
No, it's completely, it doesn't matter here.
Are you just listening to me?
No, because
you have made your mind, and that's your mind. What you've made is not right.
You are not getting it.
Let me conclude here, Moro. Let the the judges be the those listening to us. When you write or when you come to the bank, when your things have been frozen and you come to the bank, that the court has given the order to defreeze my assets. The bank will not just listen to you and take your word for it. They will cross-check with the court whether truthfully accounts that have been named, and they don't just go and
there wasn't a name of an account. You are not getting it. Moro, read the order that he sent you.
No, you just read it.
It has everything to do with other assets, but nothing to do with the bank account.
I'm not talking about this issue.
This is the issue we are discussing.
About the order the bank and the court gave to the bank that freeze accounts 1, 2, and 3.
And to bring a total, so you are saying that even if I sent a graphic, a daily graphic to the bank will call the court. That's the point you are making.
The bank will write to the court
should confirm
whether account 1, 2, 3 that you said they should freeze has been defrozen or should be defreezed. They will check with them. They don't just get up and take your word like who is sinker.
Document.
Whether your document is right,
completely different. Completely different.
Okay, with
he's trying to mislead the bank.
Whether he is misleading the bank or
that the law enforcement.
That is why the bank.
That is related to the account. Then the court will just confirm. Are you the one that was?
That is why the bank will write based on the earlier submission.
And
use.
It's not related. How would the bank?
Let me talk.
No.
When you are talking and you are giving all these fake documents, I was quiet.
Oh,
these documents are not authentic. Have you authenticated them?
We haven't. But I'm saying.
Thank you. So they are to me, they are fake.
I think that Alfred.
What I am saying is simple. You can't just get up and go to a bank and say that because the court have given an order that freeze my account, defreeze them because the court has said defreeze them. The bank will have to go and check, and they will write. And when they are writing, they don't just write an ordinary letter because you've got something that this shows that the court said defreeze them. They will write specifically asking which accounts should be defrozen.
He says what he took to the bank had nothing.
Yes, I know. But I'm telling you that when the bank is going to check with the court, the bank will still have to check.
How the bank check this?
Then they will check. But this one is not.
It's not related. I'm surprised you are. No. You just. See, let's move.
Are you listening to me? You don't decide.
You've made your point.
No, you don't decide whether to move on or not.
Let's move.
I think
you can bring different documents.
Yes.
People do that. That is why we have something called documents that are misleading. And that is why I'm telling you that a bank will always go back and go and check with the courts whether the first letter based on, you see, every document they bring there's a reference. So they will refer to that particular document.
Okay.
Because they are taking instruction on a particular document.
Okay.
So whether you bring this or not, I am writing to confirm that this document that you brought to me earlier on, is it still holding or are we supposed to defease them? Period. Whether this one has been brought or not, I'm not dealing with this one.
No problem.
Thank you.
We can't seem to agree on this matter. Let's move on. Let's move on.
And you come and
so
go your way that because it's a legal.
Honorable.
So we don't know what to do. Honorable. Don't know as a bank how we write
Honorable. Let's move on. I beg you. We've spent too much time on this. It looks like we'll litigate about this matter for.
No, then let's
research. Exactly.
They know the writing and they will decide on the writing.
Let me read some messages and then I'll see. I think our time is even almost up.
No. We need to do this. It's an extended.
Now this one, Samuel Brandbois being sent us a message says the claim was that Hanan had attempted to empty his accounts. Then the story changed to him using a Boots appointment. Now, the claim is that he would not return to Ghana after his after his optician's appointment.
Yeah.
Which version are we supposed to believe?
Thank you.
Why?
Based on A,
why
there
are
could be
Doctor
C, D, and C?
Okay. Why are Doctor 6040 and his deputy? Hold on, please. Hold on. Why are Doctor 6040 and his deputy disgracing themselves with these shifting narratives? This apparent abuse of power will not be forgiven or forgotten, even if the MPP remains in opposition for another 100 years. Mo, let me reiterate, the Hanan and Eduboyne cases are nothing more than powerful people in government targeting former appointees because they believe those appointees had something to do with their partners. So the goal is to embarrass and destroy them. Samuel, Brian, and Boabing, and someone sent me a black. Yes. You sent me a Black Rasta video. I'll check that out and see exactly what this video is all about. Now, this one here from. Yeah, okay, Samuel, I've heard you. Thank you very much. So this one here from Isaac UAE says, Mr. Thompson should be a Ghanaian for once. If these arrests were effected by FBI or CIA, would we be talking politics with it? Let's give our state institutions to do their work. Let's allow them to do their work. We should stop doing politics with everything. If Anand did not commit any crime, he wouldn't be facing any prosecution. Can Mr. He says, okay, I'll be happy if Mr. Thompson will come back to apologize to Ghanaians if he comes to realize that documents were indeed forged, since he doesn't believe the AG. Isaac UAE. Manche Bruce the second, Professor Manche Bruce the second, says the cancellation of Zoomline's contract was ill-conceived and inimical to the public interest. The recent flooding, which has adversely affected parts of Accra, coupled with the unprecedented and unquantifiable volume of waste strewn across the city, lays bare the consequences of that decision. It is now evident that neither the district, municipal, nor metropolitan assembly possess the requisite capacity for waste collection comparable to that of Zoomlion, or long-live Zoomlion, or Manchabu's second. He's a lecturer with the Takoradi Technical University. Reverend Samuel Ejay is back. He says, I do agree with Alfred Thompson that Ghana is not a kangaroo country, but what makes Ghana a kangaroo country now? And issues must be determined in court, so we should allow the court to do its work. Until recently, MPP will ask people to go to court if they don't understand certain issues. I don't think our courts have closed their doors. So the same advice should be kept, should be heeded to today, isn't it? All right. Now, this one from... okay, so it said, Assalamu alaikum and wa alaikum salam. And I want to say Juma Mubarak to my Muslim friends who are watching, a Muslim community who are watching the show this morning. Please, Alfred is throwing dust into the eyes of the people. He says Hanan was rearrested trying to escape from the jurisdiction. That's palpable false. Hanan was rearrested for trying to access his frozen money impounded by the state, and not the other way around. Issa Hamidu from Tema's site too, Juma Mubarak. Now, he didn't say that. Our friend never said just because he was traveling, because the court had granted him the right to travel. So he never said just because he's traveling. You know, this type of listening that we do, please don't do that to our guests. Anyway, so good morning. Moro, please tell the MPP man in your studio they are a failure to our democracy. They were the worst government in the history of our past administration. We don't need, of all past administrations, we don't need their inputs for any national policy under this administration. They should pack the luggage and give us a break. We know that the agenda is to embark on a suicidal mission to divert attention of Ghanaians from the major issues of governance, government projects and programs. Instead of protecting our own against external pressure and aggression, NPP will always try to dent the government's image and make it.
That's what I've been talking about. And the issue is as simple. When you allow people to live close to storm drains, when the city build these storm drains, and you allow people to live close to it, that's what they do. In Tubankraya, there are a lot of Odo River, any Colino. Hey, let me tell you, or the Odo and all that. It is because we have allowed people to live close to it. Now, Sabio, when I live like 2 feet, 2 meters from Gata Kakraka, we are. Dustbin. I would never take it because me will access to throw it into the drain. It is basically another avenue for people to throw trash and to mess the state up, mess the place up. Because I will be a gata no. Also, my gata kakraka is here in Sodeba, Sebio Elfawa Obwa. Anything about Brucha, your drainage is kakranka say your big gutters are such a way. But have you seen it before? No. The reason why they don't give you access to those things and then they say, nipa ye create bia. Otnawa de ouno and then react to. It is a obiti gata we want. Now a sebio at the end of the day. onim se anojo obetima ko toilet dia tum obetima hwe ni ball eguma there's no way obetima convincing the person onje trash bin or jaye den iti uti Ghana uti nkran uni trash bin why are you living in Accra and I was say aban shemra say efie bi a trash bin nim no sa landlord sa efie no the rent control will shut it down they close it every household they need to go and give you a bin you need to pay for your trash to be picked. It needs to be a law. I will say a yamra. Now, the government also needs to do one thing. The people living close to these drainages, big ones, anytime I can just say wager, nobody should live 1,000 meters from wager. No. Because around wager, no matter what, about a year. Less maybe a quarter of a mile or whatever. They are living in water. We all know. We all know. And mommy and want to say this is the first time I deal with see and the honest truth is I deal with see and say me down it does not matter. You can blame Mahama. He's not going to be president forever. NDC they are going to be powerful for 42 years. You cannot take the government down. You have to protect yourself by making sure say we need to hold these leaders, these chiefs. Yetimantem na obi ni nam kromo oh where the oyo hene we trust say oh your hene trust us wonsuom o se achi wutum unim nyansa oh your hene uko trust us wonsuom mate se eye den eye chado area o nyina eye lagoon se den and then people come to power the last 8 years menu mienu na enim se chado estate bi ho menu mienu until Ekufuado de Baumia 2017 ba power and almost turn it chado a lake they turned it into a land. We know your grass be or crapa if you area bia you know that place is a waterlogged area. Mameka bi binchiramu. Moi insu afa mu dani nyina 90% of you munim sabu bia mutin insu efa ho. You know. Let's not pretend. Let's not act as if say ye Jimmy ye nim ye. Dia e kwosiri nyina ye ni tua. Obia is suffering if than Obia nim. They are pretending to say this is the first time. Ebi see that now buying one for second and me video be mami bi. Mumba hear me them. JC John Mahama nye who unim say be out in so. Obia betna area or AC filling station. You know. Sa asafuacha wo ho. Wona odi kro na wo ho no. Wona wo se ye penyin. You know. Baby akwa DC filling station no. Ebe block issue no. Enkwasi afoti kro no they protected that rich man. And the filling station na ese mo dying. Don't blame the government and I'm not isolating the government. Abide upon abide and this government needs to be blamed because there are some things that the government needs to be bold, some decisions the government need to take. And it been a make a so the NDC government also needs to take blame for this because right now MPP now also this is the NDC government in power. So at the purpose here, you better NDC abaso. So the NDC government needs to set up and look at this issue critically. They need to basically make decisions, and those decisions are what? People living close to drainages, give them weeks to move from there and cover those nonsense drainages. Don't give people the room to commit a crime. In our attempt to save our own people, our decisions destroy them, and that is what is happening. Because I'm very sure, say, you created this drainages, our intentions, but that decision you take here, is it helping? The decision is rather destroying us because you drainages now. Now look at this video. Here baby any party. Now here be a drainage there. Look at this.
Look. You see this kiosk. This kiosk. Somebody's kiosk. You have to leave the house. Huh? You have to leave the house. Cars, they say it even took cars came to pass it. Cars, motorbikes, animals.
Massa, the one I saw before, here, the same place here. I can't play the people there. My phone is free.
They'll tell you, oh, yeah, gata. The moment I go Odono, na esi cycle, na next to Odo River, also Laguno said, next to it, na say, you this big gata, yankata aswa, na don't follow more in from ball and going. I'm asking you a simple question. So, cycle, metonade or cycle. Na this big gata siwo, security nano. Na me ton ade na me wie nwumbre na me pra. The same AMA, the same government to say op ton ade wi apra. Na opra wi a onfa nko he. Na adwere be say odo ne da ho de mu da ho obi ani ho okwa do mu na tum. We are creating that problem. We need to understand. In the process of trying to solve a problem, we create more problems for the people. So the Adona Esiwano, it is not supposed to be opened. No. It's supposed to be covered. Because now, how many times can you desilt this gata? You can't. It is big. It needs a lot of money. You need a lot of power, money to desilt Odono. You cannot. So what you do is you prevent it totally. So before you move forward, what you do is you build fence a certain timber 20 feet. Then you commit to doing what? Clearing every shit in it. After that, the same time, you put concrete on it. Then you make sure that it is secure to the point obi to import ball and a ball and two. Then in Sobia be a raw water or dirty water and then here. But today we are sitting here saying we are going to fight air flooding. We cannot. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not fucking kid ourselves. Let's not pretend to say the air cost will be able to solve. You have to solve it. You have to solve it because as a nation, as a people, we are not ready to take hard decisions. Every single person living close here, those in your man or done they need to go. I'm telling you. Some VIP for no to cycle market women. And we all know spare parts. Every single person because it's accessible. Because we have given them a direction. We have given them a place to dump their trash. Odono, nobody should live even 500 meters from Odo. Everybody that lives close to it should be moved away from there. What are we doing if we are leaders? If we are a nation and we cannot take decisions, that decisions are immediately it will hurt, but in the future it will save us. And then we are not building a nation. Every day, Biano, you're taking decisions as you throw. Oh, Obi Beka and Wabo Ajunabone, Obi Beka Bufu, Obi Bufu, never say Obi. What the fuck is that? Just take the decision. Send a byway and decided to say everybody close to Odo River. Wow, we are 200 meters from Odo River. Move. We are giving you 2 months. There are some people who come out and demonstrate. There are some people who come out and say, don't give a fuck about that. Make sure you are saving Omwangasa lives. And the moment you do that, you will not see this nonsense happening in Accra. Every drain, storm drain, Bia, Edakra, Bia is opened. A recipe for disaster. A recipe for disaster. We cannot do this. We cannot keep talking. Somebody has to take the hard decisions. We are not educated. Sometimes, I'm catching Ghana for Ghana, without due respect, it is a moi, especially the African. You need to be strict on us. Ghana for ask yourself why. Bogus Libi or Ghana, Mudru Ghana, Junso Abontin, Busansa Dintra. Obiatna Bruche 25 years, 30 years, Onyini Beman Junso Abontineda. Obi Crampo Airtun to see what Guantano Ferry. Why? Because what they came to meet is what they have to live with. Your bogus to Germany, eti America, eti UK. On Tibin Junso Abontineda, Johnson in the Shannon or driving up a baby rest stop, or Drew Ghana, or Kwe Yeno or Johnson. Right? Because the system allows it. We are enticed about what we see. Especially as Africans, we grew up in a system like that. You need to take very difficult decisions to change us. And those difficult decisions will hurt people. Don't fucking worry about them. The same people turn around and say, hey, what boy you? First party in so but so we have seen so many of it. Time John Mahama Air Circle, Dubai Circle. What didn't we see? What didn't we hear? John Mahama kaso kwesi kejetia edi na nsi. John Mahama ne NDC kaso mu besi kejetia edi na nsi wo Ghana ha. Ensembe na nipa anka. Atenie ne aduabo be ne ambo. Ende omo ana omudwunso konkom. Tama na old kejetia no ha. Embe ma hwe omadeja no. Ende omo nye baby dwunso ene. Ema esi omo from oba. That is what you do. You are a leader, you take decisions. The nonsense of pampering a Ghanaian would be say krono. Ghana for naturally we are born foolish. You ready? Ghana ni African, we are naturally born foolish. You see, because we are born into a system that basically encourages foolishness. When we do something for a long time and you tell us, say, you become our enemy. And it is normal. Let them understand it. Because the same African who is able to shit close to a market will come to America and see a market and he cannot shit there. You know why? Because he came into a new environment that he knows that's a sin. So we are supposed to infuse this. So there's the political part of this issue. And also there is the human attitudinal part of it. Let's not sit in Ghana and pretend to say the until we make the hard decisions. It is said recently, say John Dramani Mahama, the president, flat we see, and a President Mahama, he decided to say the rate at which in so a year for the power crime. Almost every part of Ghana is so yiri. But over Accra, the intensity, what he's seen on TV, it wasn't one community. It wasn't one estate. It wasn't one neighborhood. It was basically the whole of the Greater Accra region. Now, the president wanted to have a first-hand idea of what is actually happening in the Greater Accra region. So if you're the president, what will you do? Are you going to be the president who will tell somebody to come and brief you? Are you going to be the president who will just drive your car to circle and stand there and look at the water and drive back home? Or you are going to be the president who wants to have a first-hand view of what is really happening in the Greater Accra region, that you can have a clear understanding of the situation? A wise, intelligent president will get in the air, because when you're up, you see more than you are down. So the president of the republic decided, said, no, for me to sit for somebody to come and brief me, for me to drive to a place where at the end of the day, I don't even know how the danger is, what is happening, to a place where I can see only 5 houses. Because when you go to where it flooded, as a human being, you cannot see beyond 20 houses. So if you go stand at Lashubi, you go stand at Chadu, you go stand and then the cameras follow you, and then you stand there and you say, oh, do you really have an idea of what's happening in the Greater Accra region? And do you know how big the Greater Accra region is? There's the president of the republic deciding to go in the air to have a first-hand idea, the visual of the whole city, how the water is basically destroying properties, where it's coming from, what we need to do, how you can see where wetlands are and where hilly lands are. The president wanted to have a feel, understand, get a clear picture. So he got in a helicopter. And a wise man will always want to view a holistic problem than picking small bits of the problem. So the president got in a helicopter and I said, let me go and see it for myself. Now, the question I want to ask you people, more MP before say Kenya president of a helicopter, a video, you people, no more idea about the devastation. 99% of you Ghanaians, you were all looking at the situation from eye level. But Kenya video where about Bontine, our president got on a helicopter to go up and see damage, how far it traveled, how properties have been destroyed, how wetlands have been taken over. Kenya president video we are 99% of you Ghana, for including you would have never had an idea of the rate of damage. So The president even gets on a helicopter, giving us an idea of what is on the ground. At the end of the day, we didn't even have an idea of how far the destruction goes. Saying, can you video where yet a to be a question? I just say Hong Kong. The better say, yes, you are, but we didn't have an idea. Yani a tiabrocha japadia wa Ghana. Yani a tiabrocha japadia one crime. We didn't have an idea that the devastation, how wide it is. And that's how video we are. And 99% of you MPP4, including Baumia Jimmy, they wouldn't have known how far this damage has gone. So the decision by the president to go up there and get a clear picture with the committee on Ongasate for them to brief him, do you think it was a right decision? Yes. Now, I've heard some of my senior journalists state that, oh, this one wasn't good because it's not good for the optics. It is. With all due respect, we are not doing a 1992 politics. So we are not doing politics of convenience. We are doing politics of action, whereby leaders will take proactive action. So we wanted to see the president pick his convoy, go stand at one particular place, fold his arms, listen to people talk, get back in the car and go home. Is that what we want to see? Are you not going to be shocked if the president drives to one place? Now, how many places can the president drive? That was the moment all streets were blocked. Majority of the streets that goes to these places, they were blocked. We are talking about the first gentleman of the land. We don't even know where it was safe for the president to stand. A place could look muddy at night, but it could be a hole. We are talking about a president who is being proactive and being wise. It's not about the optics. It is not about the aesthetics. The aesthetics is there. But a president who wants to understand the situation. There are presidents who are toys, who just want to be president. And there are people who want to solve problems. If you want to solve problems, you need to have a clear understanding, a wider knowledge of the problem. Not somebody sitting in your face and briefing you. Because looking at it yourself and seeing the vastness of the effect, you will have an understanding of the issue. Into any president video where and come one Ghana for more bruche and more Ghana. How many of you would have known the effect, the level of devastation, science way toy, and our gutters being overflown? How many of you would have seen it? Where we get the opportunity to speak, we cannot always sound nice and intelligent. Sometimes we need to assess the situation from different perspective. I believe that this president, the decision to get in the air, to understand the situation and its seriousness, is the best decision any president can make. But you see, what hurts and say, we as Ghanaians, we know what is right. But you pretended to say the Jimmy by Jimmy. We all know. Say what the president did on any day. So what was I'm trying to say? In so we are not a year in Sansuwi. Look. You see, this is kiosk. This is kiosk.
Somebody's kiosk.
Somebody's kiosk.
You have to leave the house.
Huh?
You have to leave the house.
Cars, they say it even took, cars came to pass here. Cars, motorbikes, animals.
Massa, the one I saw before, here, the same place here.
So, as a nation, we wanted the president to drive in a four-wheel drive, wearing jacket, putting on a helmet or whatever, wearing gloves, and going to stand there to see this water moving. Is that what was going to give the president an idea of the devastation? I'm asking you people. Sana na president here. It's in Kaonko baby bako. Now for can kwesiwo. Now unjina 10 minutes. No, then uncle say, Mahame, we adore, we love you. Then it solves the problem. This is a president who is a doer. This is a man who always wants to have an understanding of a situation. This is a man or person or tenyo masi and son or grante. This is not a toy president like Kufuor or Baumia. This is a man who wants a clear and a first-hand information of issues. So the president, helicopter near Kotodo Siwono, Ade Yere Kwachichirengo, and I say the ton kerosene. Helicopter is on the Jumani Binie. It's not just to travel in a helicopter to go for funerals or to go and visit a chief. This helicopter, the Jumani Binie, when there's a storm and the president wants to understand what is actually happening to his people, the air to the Kofwa, he gets up and see the level of devastation. Right now, when he asks the president, Mr. President, what do you think about the situation? He can tell you that when you look at the devastation from this end to that end, when you look at this particular place from the sky, you can see the water running from Odo and ending at this place. He can give you an idea of what he saw from up. But when you call this comedian, this idiot, this guy, when you get somebody like this, who thinks everything is politics, when you get a political party, it's MPP, or say BBI politics. When you get a comedian like this who gets up in the streets, he gets on the streets wearing sneakers, you ride a bike or gym, and he gets some dumb idiots following him who goes to two places and stand there and pretend he's intelligent. That is where we get. You see, my problem with us is say Jimmy. So this Bawumia guy, or someone upon or share jeans. Or share boxer shorts or share jeans, and or share shirt or share sneakers or kwahin. Or kwhen zuonibi. Or kofa techem. And how many houses na Bawumia behu? Even where he went, I know monsa wabono. Na onante by heart no. How many houses will Bawumia see? A dear pa na Bawumia behu. Bawumia cannot see beyond 5 houses. So for this guy to be walking in the mud, all because odumsam we Jimmy. Or just and Murefi. And they be a catcher Ghana for MPP from Ghana for majority of MPP from Jimmy. And so this guy, he has been told to say, Ghana for Jimmy, go out there and walk in the mud. This is an exercise. It could have happened at the end of the day. This Bawumia guy would have died. You know why? Obetme tia bibi so mana won name. Oshe edien sneakers, oshe kambu. Obetme tia prego so mana won name. Obenya titanos obewu. Bawumia betume tia bibi so na asenki no amana koshem ni tibebo bibi mobewu ye Jimmy. So this is all about politics. It is not about being somebody who feels for the Bawumia they see and enfan who. Because when you watch this video of Mahmoud Bawumia, you can see psychologically there's a problem with it.
Doctor Bra. Doctor Bra. Doctor Bra. Doctor Bra.
Yes. Inti omo anomo garden no omo she boot. And ono na ose ono odi omani no she kambu. The level of inti also every fear no. All dressed no. What did they tell him? Omo me ni aid ne yire ene nkofo di na chire. Dey na omka chire no doctor. Ye ko baby a nsuo na to. Ye ko baby a teche no no. Doctor ye ko tietia nsuo mo. Na still doctor she boot kambu ana doctor nim nyansa. And the said doctor ka say me kwa akoye de me kwa akoye surgery e wo tiara. Na doctor would say ukoye surgery. Okono, at the end of the day, what dress said the ukoye galamsey. You know, say ukoye surgery. You have a galamsey outfit in surgery. Udu hospital wa you take off all your clothes. You have to wear the prescribed outfit. Surgery. You need to clean your hands, clean your arms. Make sure you don't go into the surgery with any bacteria. Make sure say the surgery you are going in, you have covered your hair. Say really be enter obiyum. Just say you know the principle, the basics. It is a doctor rush surgery. Next obe rush surgery one. Washe dian, washe kambu, washe dian, washe mine for touchlight. So washe bulletproof. About the doctor, are you okay? And this is what we are seeing here. So now, doctor, are you okay? Because when you were leaving the house, was your wife at home? Oh my God, so you did Jimmy Anna, or Nim so you hospital, and one more so this man getting out of the house, an opportunity to our say, or flat victims, or situation on the ground, na or sorry, no or kambu ne jeans, or jeans, say, or the abra onim say one. Say, or idea of the floods are, or said the water levels are high. In fact, people say, or say, he has seen what is happening on social media. Then now, so who say, baby, I'm a corner, and yeah, sorry, them. In fact, I'm going to a place that people are not even supposed to go at that moment because it is dangerous. But this guy leaves the house. Now, doctor, she helmet or the surgery. Doctor Sebio oshe mate for mpobwa or the surgery. Doctor Sebio wakako for a parachute abolichi or the surgery. Nurse some more because the doctor we Jimmy for. Into Wobano, Ufri Bano, no news of a surgery. Why are you wearing a mate for Tadia? Why are you wearing galamse for Tadia? Why are you wearing a parachute? Because in surgery, you don't wear parachute to do surgery. And for him, for this guy to even get out from home wearing these kind of things and walking in mud, it means he's not intelligent enough to lead anybody, because this should tell you the man is not a man enough or to think beyond. So you see what they were doing. What was our impata bara? Baumia picture. Baumia didn't feel the picture. On say they were in front of Baumia shooting Baumia's foot. Omu chana nasi atachaba the nasi. MPP. Omu yin kukofi omu Jimmy. So they went out. It's all for the optics. So I have pictures. I have campaign. Oh yeah. Or this again of what Jimmy. Mami kwa bonchina mko tita tachem na mi hunye fina nkofoka se me dogana. Ah, na wane ndogana. Armed robbers omo body poor kam kura ebotu okam no. Omo yene no omo ba omo do omo ntino omo yesa adwuma no. Some of the armed robbers omo reason to the armed robbery no. Omo ka kire wan hwe obesum, but it's a crime. Ain't nobody can say odogana chobia. Ba omia hu say MPP for na Jimmy. Odin say omo to abama ekufu ado be wie mu 2016 no. The same people are alive. No. Ghana for abrosa Jimmy no. So now here these are the views of Ghana for omo Baumia from far. Now, some Ghanaians saw Baumia from far. Later, Omujin say, oh, Nipo Kwewani, Amahamana, later Omu say Baumia and Namono. You understand how Ghanaians think about Baumia, their views about Baumia. 90% of Ghana for Baumia say he's not stable. Omu Baumia say, Onimi Nyansan to make decision as a man. Sibia Rosemond the kind, right? This is Baumia. I had no headache.
What the mobile? Mamu mafa fununu ko. Mamu maka sasa alamu sanko ya chemwa. MPP funibia. Akwana ode wa sika bobo we no yan. Ana me MPP funibia. Akwana ode sika bobo wo. Ti obeyese obeye njeni. MPP fa. Baumia. I'm not just person there. I'm not the people. I'm not the two other. For financially, only. Yeah, but we never be about me. I was about. No. I don't know. About me. You're the right one. What? Why do you see it? Yes, we're going to have done our 8 years in your Advance obey then obey. What the mamu to me, you on the way, John. One my grandma and Zibet. Obey Quad and I obey you, and the Abba the ocean quad obey. And you have a 12. I had about me. I like